Hey, I'm Tony K. Welcome to Transformation School, and today we are looking at Fanstoys Tesla, aka a third-party masterpiece style Perceptor. Now, it is currently a seller's market on this figure. It's been so many years since this figure was released by Fanstoys, and they have not even hinted at reissuing the figure. No other companies have created a masterpiece style Perceptor figure. There have been a few third-party offerings that might work with a Chug Collection, Classics, Henkei, Universe, Generations, but none that line up with a Takara Tomy Hasbro Masterpiece Collection. I am confident that one day Fanstoys will reissue this figure. I am also confident that one day in the future, who knows when, another third-party company will make an equally comparable Masterpiece style Perceptor figure. However, if you do not believe either one of those scenarios will come true, and you have the income to support a purchase of this figure, this is going up on eBay. Now, this is my second look at a Tesla figure. This figure's turned out better than my first look at a Tesla figure. You can search through Candle Comics, Fanstoys Tesla, Cracked Plastic in my YouTube video section. And you can see what problems Fanstoys Tesla figures have. And we're going to review what problems this figure has in just a bit. First, we're going to look at accessories. We've got the instructions, the collector's card, a large rifle. He holds that just fine, except for this loose elbow. I don't see any screws on this arm that would allow you to tighten that elbow. I'm guessing there's a pin running through there. He also comes with a smaller gun, some sort of pistol. Has a tab on the pistol handle, slot in his palm, close the fingers, and he holds that. This elbow appears to be tighter on the left arm than on the right arm. He also comes with replacement thighs and forearms. One of these is going to be more of a toon accurate color, one might be a toy accurate color, or perhaps a comic book color. Or maybe one is from the animated movie and one is from later episodes, season 3 or season 4 perhaps. Looking at the robot, Gimmicks. We have these dials on his forearms. They spin. They have a screw on the other side. If the screw is too tight, they won't spin. If it's too loose, who knows what. We have an identical gear on the eyepiece of the microscope. Turning this does change the length of the eyepiece. If we look in there, what do we see? Can't really see anything through the camera. You can kind of see through it. Not sure how functional it's supposed to be. I was never good with real microscopes. Not going to be any good with this one. This eye cannon piece, shoulder cannon eyepiece, whatever. Shoulder cannon eyepiece can rest on either side of his body. Unclips from his back. This black seems to be a bit of a soft plastic. You need to exercise caution as to not snap that plastic. That is some interesting engineering. There we go. You've got options. We have this piece that opens for microscope mode, as well as this chest section. And it has a place where you can put an Autobot decal if you were to purchase one from a third-party vendor. Now, how are these thighs, hips, and knees holding up? Hip skirts move up on the front and sides, not on the back. Got a very soft outward ratchet. Got that Fanstoys squeak. Got a hard ratchet in the thighs that's holding up, and in the knee. Got a swivel in the thigh, upper thigh, a swivel at the knee. Got ankle rocker, ankle tilt, or vice versa. A little bit of downward toe motion, as well as the heel. Can almost get 90 degrees with these elbows, double jointed. Again, this one's loose. 360 on the shoulder. Gets perpendicular in that direction. Hinged wrist. At the base knuckle, each finger is individually articulated. The index finger has an additional point of articulation on the middle knuckle. Thumb is on a ball joint on both sides. This pin appears to be sticking out just a little bit. Zooming back out. Now for the trouble, the dilemma, the problems. Tesla was one of Fanstoys' earliest releases, and they've come a long way since then. The red plastic on Tesla has been plagued with cracking issue. This figure is no exception. I'm not transforming this figure, and I think it could be transformed one or two more times before serious permanent damage occurred. But we're going to have a look at what's going on with this Fanstoys plastic. We're going to look behind the legs, as the issue is most virulent here. We open up our panels. Let's see how well we can focus in on this post running through the leg. It's really hard to get the light in here. You might be able to see to the right of my fingertip where the plastic goes from dark to light on this post running from the left side to the right side of the leg. Anywhere that a screw or a pin goes into this figure, it is eventually going to crack. The plastic it's not see-through, but it's not completely opaque. It's like this weird, I don't know, weird mixture of resins. It's also kind of oily. It's not like this figure itself has been covered in oil, but it's like this plastic is just over time slowly drying out, and like the oiliness of the chemicals just creates just the lightest coating on the outside. Looking on this other leg, I'm seeing a couple of places where that cracking of the red plastic is visible. So right here, there's a pin running through the red from the top of the leg down to the bottom. There's just a little crack right at the tip of my fingernail. And if we look over here, this is much more visible. This white section. That's cracking. And this is so common in Fanstoys Tesla figures that when people are selling theirs, they have to say, oh no, there's no cracking on mine. There's nothing wrong. It's not cracking. And I don't believe it. I'd have to see it with my own eyes. Open up his torso and see if anything is breaking off inside of this one. Open the arms. We've got a white streak of stressed plastic. Got a bit of a crack forming right there at my fingernail. Oh, where this whole post runs into the front part of the body, it appears to be stressed all around it where the post and the body meet. This figure looks so much better than the first Tesla that I had a chance to own for a brief moment. But still, for the price of this guy, I want the buyer to know that they're getting a very rare, very hot commodity that has flaws. I think if this guy goes onto a display without being transformed, without being manhandled, I think it would last a nice, long lifetime. I think he could survive a couple, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 transformations without having any pieces break off if he was handled with the utmost delicacy and expertise. So if you're a noob to collecting and you decide to pick this guy up, he should go on your display without being transformed. If this is the 1000th Transformers figure that you have purchased and transformed, then you might be in line to successfully transform this guy to microscope mode and back without breaking any of this fragile red plastic. With that in mind, this figure is available to own for a limited period of time. Only one available on the Candle Comics eBay page. So go search for it, find it. If you want it, if you love it, if you need it, and you can afford it, please buy it and enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. Class dismissed.